Now to our exclusive Tipline investigation into the multi-billion-dollar fraud in California's unemployment system. The Santa Barbara County District Attorney's Office gave us an update. Plus, we help another viewer get his desperately needed benefits.
Bills were continuing to pile up, and rent and car payments and everything else. So it's been frustrating, to say the least.
Leonard Ochoa in Santa Maria filed for unemployment benefits way back in early March 2020 when the pandemic hit. He worked in the construction industry. The Employment Development Department, or the EDD, which oversees unemployment claims, disqualified him, claiming there were questions about his identity.
I made multiple calls, multiple emails, and I just couldn't get no assistance. And getting through on the phone was impossible.
He immediately appealed, but didn't go before a judge until September.
It was immediately reversed by the judge, and the normal procedure is they send a decision letter over to the EDD and they release those funds.
But that didn't happen. Ochoa had to keep fighting. Months went by and he finally called the News Channel 3 tip line for help. I'd imagine you've been watching and seeing some of our stories about how, prisoners have been getting money and all these scam artists have been ripping off debit cards.
Right.
When you see those headlines, what are you thinking?
Scott Peterson spending my money.
Scott Peterson, you may recall, is on California's death row for murdering his pregnant wife. State investigators say prisoners are partly responsible for stealing at least $31 billion taxpayer dollars meant to help people like Ochoa pay their bills during the pandemic.
Identify who the potential victims are in contact.
Supervising DA Brian Cota says 141 inmates at the Santa Barbara County Jail received $1.2 million in the scam.
When it comes to our county jail, we know the inmates did not apply for the EDD benefits. So we know there was somebody on the outside that did it. They don't have access to computers inside.
Cota says they requested documentation from EDD and others almost 7 months ago. But it's a complex case, and everyone from the feds to prosecutors in every California county are waiting for the same records.
Other things like IP addresses, EDD has those. So if someone filled out an application online, they have an IP address so that we can know where it came from. They provided us that information. EDD's been actually very helpful, but they are overwhelmed. Bank of America is overwhelmed, so we have to have patience.
B of A processed all of the debit cards the state used to pay out the unemployment benefits. The crooks created bogus EDD accounts to get those cards. As Leonard Ochoa fought to prove his identity, the scammers were getting paid. Ochoa didn't get his unemployment money until News Channel 3 got involved. EDD eventually gave him $6,800 in back benefits 1 year after he filed.
I really appreciate your help and assistance. People need someone like yourself on their side. So we really appreciate you.
And he got his money, but he did have to fight tooth and nail to get it. Meanwhile, the crooks filed through bogus accounts, and many of them got their money right away. We're trying to figure out how that happened. Brian Cota also says their investigation found that $500,000 in fraudulent EDD cards went to one home in Santa Barbara. Now, we contacted EDD officials for a comment. So far, we have not received a response.